welcome back to the show. Okay, our next guest has joined us and she's going to talk about a very exciting new show that premiered on NTV7 last week.
Now, set in the 60s in colonial Singapore, the show is called Fighting Spider, and it tells the tale of three friends who go on a journey to find this elusive insect.
But of course, there's more to it than that. So to tell us more, please welcome actress and one of the show's writers, Miss Sue Tan.
Welcome to the show, Sue.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Okay, we were just looking at pictures just then in the opener, and it looked really exciting, and must have been one really fun shoot to do.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was also a bit hard because, as you said earlier, it's set in the 60s,
yes,
but we shot it in modern Singapore. So,
I think you managed to do some shots without any skyscrapers.
Exactly, and we were like looking. I mean, locations was pretty tough.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to like Ubin, and I mean, even for season 2, we went to Batam and all that to shoot for. Then there's only like one kampung left in Singapore, so. Yeah, so I mean, the location-wise was a bit tough, but it was a very fun shoot, yes.
So we know a little bit of the gist of the story and how these boys are bullied by somebody called Logan, I believe.
Yes, actually, what happens is basically the three boys. Okay, that's the main stories for these three boys, and basically it's a coming of age drama series. So it's about first love, puppy love, and about their relationships with each other, and also relationships with their family and stuff. And basically what happens is they get bullied, yes, and also one of the guys, Soon Lee's mom, is actually very ill, and they need some money because they come from a very poor family. So he hears about this Fighting Spiders competition, and then in their kampung they hear from the satay man, the pakcik, who tells them of this mythical Raja Lava Lava, which can be found somewhere in Johor. So the three boys, so throughout the 13 episodes, well, not all, but I mean, the adventure is them trying to get enough funds to, set on their journey to come to Johor and find this mythical Raja Lava Lava and take it home so he could win, he'll win the competition
and
win
the prize
money to help his mum.
Oh, I see. So it sort of sets off, that little bullying incident sets off a whole adventure for these boys.
Exactly. But I mean, the bully, he's pretty mean, and he's in almost every episode, and he basically just gives them a hard time, He's like the menace of, well, the villain as far as the kids are concerned, the kids' stories are concerned. And then we have the adult stories as well. And that also involves relationships, there's love, and then there's about, hardships and stuff. So, yeah,
How much do these boys grow up in that journey that they make?
Well, I mean, they grow up, I think, not physically, but I think they actually, they do learn a lot, I think. I think they learn about being friends, I guess,
and girls.
Yeah, and girls, I mean, it's very cute, they're all like meeting this, like girls their age, and, we want to show like what it's like. We remind people, and then, in the 60s, everything was kind of like more innocent, I suppose.
Yes, and
you know what I mean? Always on like Facebook or anything, and people were like, going out and like catching butterflies and stuff
you
like that.
You actually walked across the street to talk to your neighbor.
Exactly. There's a lot more adventure involved.
Now these three boys are called Soon Lee, Charlie, and Peter.
Yeah.
Tell us about these actors.
Well, actually, Charlie is actually been acting for quite a while. I mean, well, he's done a few Chinese dramas in Singapore, but the other two are actually first-timers.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So they're first-time actors, yeah. So this is their first acting stint.
And who do you play, Sue?
Well, I play Sherry, and basically Sherry is, she's a businesswoman. She's very ambitious. She's got trust issues when it comes to men. But above everything else, she's a sister. So I play the elder sister to Izan Lee, who plays Annie. And basically, I get a bit overprotective sometimes because I feel like, she doesn't really know what she wants, or, and I play this I come off a bit
overbearing.
Yes. And some people might see Sherry as a villain, but she's misunderstood, but basically she just really, really wants the best for her sister. So, sometimes when people want the best things for you, they kind of like, like you said, become a bit overbearing.
Now, apart from having a role in the show, you're also part of the writing team.
Yeah,
how's that?
Actually, in Fighting Spiders, I started off being part of the writing team first. I mean, I've acted for this production house before, Dream Forest, who produced this series. So when they came out with Fighting Spiders, they said, oh, do you want to come write? And I said, well, I've actually only written sitcoms. So they go, well, you want to try drama? So I was like, why not, right? So I went down and, yeah, I wrote a couple of episodes. And yeah, that's it. So after that, the producer said, oh, we'd like you to try for the role of Sherry. So I said, okay, why not?
Okay. So you started off writing for it first, yeah?
Yeah.
So how soon, how much earlier do you guys actually write the scripts?
Okay, for season 1, we started writing we only maybe had about 2 months. Yeah.
And how many, one season, how many episodes?
13.
13.
And you're into your second season already.
We've shot, and actually season 2 is airing in Singapore next month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we shot it early this year, and I also wrote 2 episodes, and we started writing last year.
So for the first season in Singapore, what was the response like?
It was good. I think, I think the kids loved it. They just, and I think for Singaporeans, they were kind of amazed that, to have a look at what 60s was all about. And also the kampung, I think they were just fascinated with the whole...
Yeah, because now it's all about the Esplanade, the Marina Bay Sands.
Do you know what I mean?
And
then for the older generation, it was kind of nice for them to kind of reminisce back about how Singapore was like in the 60s. But I thought that, I had this... My personal experience was this girl had written on her blog after watching Fighting Spiders in Singapore, and she wrote on her blog about how she was really having a tough time with her sister, like a relationship-wise. And she's like, her older sister, she couldn't talk to her. She was so, she's always
very much like Sherry and
Exactly.
Annie.
And then she wrote on her blog, and she said, oh, after watching Sherry and Annie, I understand my older sister now, and we have a better relationship now. And I just thought, as an actor, you kind of feel like, okay, we kind of the message we wanted to bring, to put out there, is out there. So, yeah, that was quite nice. But the overall response was very good. I think a lot of people liked it. And I actually I was very excited when I found out that NTV7 was going to air it, because I really think people will take to it. It's just very sweet.
So actually, you're Malaysian.
Yes, I am.
Right? And you've ended up in Singapore. You've done quite a bit in Singapore. Tell us how that all, worked out for you.
Well, I guess, actually, my first production with Singapore was back in 2000.